Hey there, my name is Simon, and I am the founder and CEO of Structure. And what I wanted to do today is I wanted to share with you our website that works planning guide. I want to walk you step by step through each worksheet so you can see what it is and how it works and how you can apply it to your website project. Okay, so let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen. And here we are. This is the planner. This is the front cover. It's called the Website That Works Worksheets by Structure. We've got a copyright page, the table of contents. So this is where we basically line out all 10 of the worksheets in order. So what we have coming is we've got a little welcome message. We've got a company worksheet all about your company information, your vision worksheet about the vision of your website, inspiration worksheet. This one's kind of like a competitive audit, but it's where you're drawing inspiration for your website. The next one is brand, just bringing all the brand information into one place. The journey worksheet, this is how your customers go from prospect to customer, from not knowing about you all the way to becoming a loyal customer. We've got your pages next, and this is really documenting all the main pages on your site. It's not really meant to be an exhaustive list, but documenting all the pages, technology, integrations, anything that you need to document for your website and how it integrates with different technologies is right here. That's something that you don't want someone to miss later down the road, especially if you rely on those technologies. So that's a big deal. The team, your website team, who's doing what, who's responsible, we'll dive into that. Your website goals. So once we kind of get through all this, by the end, you'll have some clear goals that you can write down and you can track so that you know if you're successful in the project or not. Lastly, budget. Budgets are boring, but it's a huge asset when you're able to break down everything you've lined out for your website and have a budget in mind that you can take to someone and say, hey, this is what I think it's going to cost, or this is how much we can afford. And that is a great tool for any website conversation. So let's keep diving in. This is your welcome page. Really what we're doing here is we're pointing out three big things, and you can read this on your own time, but we'll point out by using these worksheets, you get clarity in the process. You get clarity in what you want. You get clarity in what your customers want, and you get clarity in your team and what your team wants. It's a really important piece to get clarity. Not only is the worksheet are the worksheets for documenting your plan, it's for discovering your plan. And if you take anything away from this video, let it be that this is not just to document your plan, it's to discover your plan and then document it and then delegate it and then get it done. Okay, so next is you'll experience focus. Really, that's what it is. There are so many things to think about when you think about a website project. Where do you start? Design, development, content, SEO. Where does SEO fit into it? So many questions. And when you have a plan, you'll know what goes where, and you'll have a checklist to know, oh, it's checked off. I can work on this thing, or I know who's working on this thing. Very, very important for the process. Okay, lastly, you'll have happy customers. Your website will work. When you fill out this plan, your website will work. And you'll have happy customers. Not only that, you'll have a happy team, because you'll have accomplished not just getting a website up, not just getting a website up that looks good, but getting a website up that looks good and works and accomplishes what you need it to and what your customers need it to. Super key. Okay, the last is this quote by John Wooden, who was a legendary UCLA basketball coach. He has this great quote, and it says, "If you don't have time to do it right, when will you have time to do it over?" So what I just want to ask of you is, when you're doing this worksheet, take the time to do it right so that you don't have to to do it over before you need to do it over. Take time, take a couple weeks, take a month, work through it with in your thoughts, collaborate with your team, and feel confident in your plan before you move forward. And if you need help in your plan, reach out. We at Structure do website workshops. We do them virtually, and we do them on site if you'd rather. If you have a team that you want to work with and you want to collaborate with, we can walk you through the planning process with expert guidance. And you'll see here, you get real-time feedback. We sit in a room, we talk about your website, we talk about your dreams, your ideas, your visions, each worksheet, and it's collaborative, and we'll point out things that you may not have seen otherwise. I think you'll get confidence because we'll be able to tell you, hey, that's a bad idea, or that's a good idea, or what if you did this? You get that feedback and confidence, and you know what? You're really guaranteed to succeed. We have planned, designed, built, managed, grown many websites. Many of them that work really well. In fact, I was just talking to a client the other day, and their website is about a year old, and they have earned 10 times ROI on what they've spent building it, designing it, building it, and even advertising it. They've reaped 10 times what they put into it. Another client, within 30 days of launching their website, we were able to increase traffic by 65%. You see, most websites lose SEO, but this website, it was such an improvement that Google, customers, everybody loved it, and traffic just skyrocketed. So all that to say, you will be guaranteed to succeed. So if you need help, click this button here. Right here, go to wearestructure.com/workshop. It'll take you to our website workshop page, where you can learn more about what a workshop entails, what it costs, frequently asked questions, and then you can book a call with our team. It's free, 15-minute call, and we'll just answer any questions you have before you book. So anyway, opportunity there. You don't have to do this. This is optional, but if you need help anywhere along the way, please reach out. Okay, company worksheet. Here we are. So the company worksheet, this is getting the business basics out of the way and also having a source of truth. Okay, so we have fields like, what is the company name? This is really important because we've gone through websites. Maybe it's a new website. We get to the end and we're like, well, they've changed their name 3 times through the process, and their email signature says one thing, and the intake form says another thing, and when our call they said another thing. So what is the company name? Right here we can say this is the company name. When was it started? If you're writing copy, it's always nice to know when it started, because usually you allude to that at some point. We also need to talk about, what do you sell? What are the products or services you sell? Is this financial products? Is this maybe you're a bank and this is maybe like a checking account and a savings account, and you can list all the things. Or maybe it's a supplement brand and you say, well, we sell supplements, we sell like supplement packs, we sell coaching for nutrition coaching for how to, find the right supplements and how to use them. This is not meant to be an exhaustive list, all of your products. It's supposed to be a high level, what kind of things do you sell in general? So if you're wanting to know, what do I put here? Put your categories. One of our clients is a mulch, is a mulch manufacturer. Well, they sell mulch, they sell rock, they sell dirt. And so put those things down. You don't need to say black mulch, brown mulch, red mulch, in 3-pound bags, 8-pound bags, or bulk. And that's too detailed. Keep it high level. Who do you sell to? People. Now this is really important. Do you sell to, soccer moms, who drive a minivan? Do you sell to marketing directors? Do you sell to landscape suppliers? Who are the people and their job and their role and who they are? Who are these people? And then who do you sell to industry? That gets even higher level, and it looks at not only what are the people, but like what is the industry that you sell to? So, for example, structure, we sell to a lot of industries, but one of the main industries that we sell to is manufacturing. Another one is private equity. And so, in this box, I'd want to say, well, we sell to manufacturing, private equity, healthcare, blah blah blah. Next box is why should customers choose your products or services over the competition? These are your uniques. What makes you unique? For structure, that is transparent package design pricing. That's different. You don't have to contact us to know roughly what it's going to cost. We start with strategy. We don't just throw you into a design package or a build package without having a plan. We start with strategy. The third thing is that we believe business is personal, and so relationships matter the most to us. Those are some things that we would say these make us different than the competition. You have your own, put them down. Core values. What are the things that your company believes that are going to influence everything at a core level for the website? The copy, the images, the design, how certain technology is handled. What are those core values? Lastly, we've got 2 boxes for what is your product or service guarantee and what is your product service warranty. Those are really key because those are things you really want to highlight on your website. What is your product or service guarantee? For structure, that is our right fit guarantee. If you do not like working with us, if it's not a good fit within 30 days or within the first half of the project, quarter or half, don't quote me, have to look that one up. You can walk away, get a full refund. We'll let you go. There's no questions asked. See ya. Go find someone who's right. A warranty is, what's your warranty? Ours is we'll fix your website for the lifetime of the website, which is 2 to 3 years. And it's not, I don't need to get into our warranty too much. We can talk about that later, but you have a warranty and you want to put that here. Okay, vision. This is your vision for your website. So going from the company to the website now. So first thing is, what kind of website are you making? Is it an e-commerce website? Is it just a business website, blog, portfolio, nonprofit, event, personal membership, informational, online forum, application, or other? This is where we kind of categorize and put your website in a box. So you and anyone who's working on it has a sense of the scope. How big is this thing? How complicated is this thing? And something to note here is just there's a big difference between a personal website and an e-commerce website. And so it's helpful to know that information. If you have a website that isn't on this list, just check other and write it down below. What's on your design wish list? This can be anything that you want on your website. Think design, visuals, also think features and functionality. So for example, if you're an e-commerce website, do you want a product recommendation quiz where your customers can come in and answer some questions and get a product recommended for them? Do you want a product calculator that maybe like our client that sells mulch? Do you want to put in your dimensions for your yard and it spits out the exact amount you need to buy? This could be a lot of other things, like we want a help center so that customers can serve themselves. We want call booking for our sales team so that people can easily book calls on the calendar. We want testimonials. I go on and on. That's what goes here. When do you want to start and when do you want to finish your website? This is really important because it helps you know and it helps other people know what kind of timeline are we working with? What's the vision? Do you want to start right now, or are you really looking, a year in the future, 6 months in the future? And then when do you want to finish it? Also, minimum and maximum budget. We haven't gone through the budget worksheet. That's at the very end. This is just your gut. Right here. This is just your gut. What do we think we need to spend at a minimum to get what we want? What are we willing to spend at a maximum to get what we want? And this just frames your mind and helps people understand the vision. Again, we'll get to the budget and the actual details and the final numbers later on. Lastly, do a quick analysis of your own website. What do you like about it and what do you dislike about it? This is setting the stage for the next worksheet where you're going to look at competitor sites, but this is usually everyone has a list of things. They're like, this is dumb, I don't like this, and maybe that's the checkout process is too long, or maybe it's really hard to edit photos in the back end, or maybe it's every time we try to add a new picture, it breaks. It can be anything. Those are things, and maybe it's like we love how it looks on mobile, or we love that the testimonials look like this. So just put some of your thoughts down. What are the challenges of your current website? This is less about what you like and what you dislike. It's just categorizing what are some of the big bucket problems that you need to solve with your website redesign. If it's difficult to use and find info, you know that you need to solve that problem and really work on the content. Work on the content structure, work on the site structure. It helps you know what to work on. If it's old, ugly, or inaccurate, the design and the visuals and the brand might be something you really need to focus on. If it lacks functionality, you're going to want to put more thought into the technology or some of those design functionalities to make it work better for you and your audience. All right. Inspiration. This is fun. This is like a high-level competitive analysis. So everyone loves this one. I love this one. This is where you look at your competitor websites and you just tear them up. But you also can learn from them too. So what you want to do is you want to write the URL of a website right here, and this is the first website, and then you want to write things you like, things you dislike, and things you want to do better. So comb through the website by yourself with your team, write down a few things. Don't make the most exhaustive list ever, but write some things. What are the things we like? We like that it's beautiful. We like that they have this really cool, what was the thing? Oh, sorry, here. They have this really cool product catalog viewer. That's what I'm trying to say. They have this really cool product catalog viewer that's right in the page, and that would be cool. I like that. Or, man, this is over-designed, way overkill. I can't even find anything. I'm overstimulated. It's dumb, right? Those are good things to put down. And then what do we want to do better on our website? How can we beat the competition? So do that. Try to do three. Try to do 3 different websites if you can. The first website, ideally, you're going to be analyzing your direct competition, ideally. But if you can't find direct competitors for your website, that's okay. Look for indirect competitors, people who are selling something similar. Or if you really are like, I don't know what to look for, use a site that you are inspired by. Okay? Look at a site you were inspired by and say, well, this isn't our industry, this isn't a competitor, but we can learn from this for our website. That's also a great way to use this worksheet. So fill it out, and you'll have documented and discovered what inspires you. Okay, brand. This is a big piece. A lot of companies have a brand documentation that they will bring to the table, that they'll already have, or that they'll have their designer help them put together. But what this is getting some of the fringe questions that aren't always covered in brand guidelines documentations. It also isn't, like I said, not just documenting those things, but it's also giving you a chance to evaluate, is there anything we need to do differently with our website that we haven't talked about? We had this recently. We had a client who had very thorough brand guidelines. I think it was a 50-page PDF, very thorough. But they came to us and said, We don't love it. The brand guidelines are good, they'll work. We need to follow them. However, we want to be a bit adventurous. We want to push the envelope. We want to express the brand in a little bit more of a fun way on the website, that's not captured in the brand documentation. And so this worksheet really helps you go through and say, what are the things you're using and how do you want to bend those? So who has access to our logo and guidelines? What is their contact information? Oftentimes, somebody has access, but not everybody knows who. So this just gets it out in the open. What colors and fonts are you using? Making it really clear. This can come right out of the brand documentation, but it just puts it down. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going to use. Then you get these kind of 1 to 5 scales of the brand personality of the brand. So is it feminine or masculine? 1 to 5 or right down the middle. You can circle those. Classy or modern, abstract or literal, playful or sophisticated, geometric or organic, images or illustrations. So this is kind of like these sliding scales. How far do we want to go with that one? Images and illustrations is really, is it image heavy or illustration heavy? Some websites are very illustration heavy. There's almost no imagery, whether it's real or stock. Other websites are full images, no illustrations. So, figure out where you want to land on that one, and then notes below. So if you have anything else that you want to mention that comes up in the conversation, put that down below. All right, customer journey. This is really fun because it looks at how to turn someone from how a customer is going to experience your website. That's the best way to say it. And it goes through the 4 stages of the buyer's journey. This is commonly called the AIDA framework, AIDA. We changed the I to a C just because I think it's more clear. But the process goes through awareness, consideration, decision, and action. And what this is all the way from a customer getting to know you, like landing on your website, from awareness to action, which is buying. So I'll give you an example. A lot of times the front door for a website is the blog. So if your website has a blog, which if it doesn't, it should, probably, but like some, maybe a prospective customer is on Google and they're searching for a solution that you might have. And they find your blog post on Google. Great. They click it to learn more because this blog post maybe has an answer I'm looking for. They land on your website. Your logo's on there. Your call to action button's on there. Your brand is on there. All of a sudden, they're now aware of you. That's awareness. So what you want to do is in each of these steps, you want to list when they become aware of you, what do you want them to do? Those are the customer actions. And then the content is, what do we need to create to support that action? So to continue the example, they land on your blog, they're aware of you, but you want to take them from awareness to considering working with you. So one of the actions you really want them to take is to download a lead generator or a lead magnet. You want them to download a PDF where they can learn more about you, how you solve problems, and how you can help them. So that's what you want to write down here. Customer actions, download lead generator. Content, create lead generator. You also need to put under content, follow up email series. Hey, that's something you need. You also need a landing page for where they can put in their information. So landing page. So all of a sudden you're generating almost a list of the pages and the content you're going to need for your customer. So this continues. You've got consideration, which is when your customer is considering buying with you. They download that lead magnet. They're reading it. They're using it. What's next? What's the next thing they should do? Okay. Put that down. Content. Decision. Okay. It's time for the customer to decide. Okay, so what do they need to do? A likely option during this phase would be a phone call, like a sales call. Well, sales call. What do you need on your website to make the sales call happen? Well, you need a booking form. You need a booking page. You need a booking system. Write this content down so you know. Basically, you have a checklist of what you need to cover. Action is how do they buy? What is that, and what content is needed? So this is a really exciting, fun, helpful worksheet. It's going to take some time, but it's really going to help you see the conversion rates on your website increase. That's the biggest thing. When you do this, you are going to see more people buy because you have laid out a plan for them to go from, prospect to purchase or awareness to action. The pages worksheet, this one's really, really good because it takes all the things you think of that you need from the customer journey worksheet, and also all the pages that are currently on your website that you want to keep, and you put them here. So first you write your website URL, url.com. You want that to be here so it's obvious what the root domain is. So there's no confusion. You also want to list your primary call to action. Put the URL, put the text. If it's book now /booking, put it here just so it's clear. This is the URL and this is the end. This is what we want our customers to do. Then list the header navigation items. These should be your main products and services or information that customers need to know to buy from you. Maybe how it works, portfolio or testimonials or before and afters or something like that. Contact us, about us. Depending on your business, it's going to look a little different, but put those there. Footer menu items. That is all the other information that you want to put in your header, all the other pages that you want to put in your header, but there's not room for, and that would jam it up and make it really congested. You want to put those in the footer. And then page templates. This is where you're going to list all the other page templates for your website. And page templates, the difference between a page and a page template is that a page template is a one page that can be used for multiple pages. For example, a product page template could be used for 5 products or 5,000 products, but there's one template. Your blog post template could be used for 5 blog posts or 5,000 blog posts, but you only need to make one and you just put unique content on it. Okay, you get the point. So page templates, write down in this left column the page templates. Home, about, product, service, blog, product page, contact page, all the main templates. In the middle column, write down information or pages that you'll need to consider that use that template. And then use the right column for more information on those. The goal, you might need to put together a spreadsheet for an exhaustive list of all your pages. We often call that a sitemap. That's probably what's going to need to happen. And your designer or developer will probably help you with that. But the main point of this page is just to get down those made page templates that you want to make sure make it into the project. Technology. All right. So technology, you'll want to copy this worksheet for every piece of technology. So this is basically a template where you'll want to, again, if you have one piece of technology, one worksheet, 10 different technologies that you need included in your website project, 10 worksheets. So you want to write the technology name and what it costs the company. This is important because once you get to the budget, you can make sure that you write that in the budget line item. You also want to list what kind of technology type it is. Is this a server hosting technology? Is this a CRM, ERP? Is it for customer relationship management? Is it a marketing technology type? API, point-to-point, or other. Sales, support, ticketing, it could be anything. HR, hiring, jobs, whatever. Make sure that it's clear. Also, who is using it? Who's primarily using it? More of like what function is using it? Is it sales, marketing, operations, administration, human resources, or another function within the business? And what's really important about this piece is it helps you see, if you don't already, which you might, but it helps you see that your website isn't just a pretty face. It touches every aspect of your business, and it benefits all the different functions of your company, and it makes it valuable, makes it insanely valuable. Okay, so then you want to describe this technology. What is it? What does it do? What do we need to know about how you use it? Why does it matter? Well, for example, CRM would be like, well, this is the only way we can keep track of our customers. It's very important that it's integrated, or we're not going to be able to keep track of the where our customers are in the life stage of our business. And how is this technology connected to your website? Is it a plugin? Is it a Zapier integration? Is it a like a custom integration? How is it connected so that it doesn't accidentally get disconnected at some point in the process? The team. This is really a great worksheet because it helps outline who is working on your website project and who is going to do what. So this worksheet follows the Darcy framework. It's a project management framework for getting people to work together. You have the decider, and that's the person who has final approval. There's multiple line items here, but I'm going to give you a little secret. There should only be one decider at the end of the day. If you have 5 deciders, they're going to have to decide. So then who's the decider of the deciders? You get my point. It's easiest if there's one person in this seat. The accountant. This is the person who ensures that tasks are completed. This, it's called an accountant. It's a weird term maybe in our common language today, but who's the project manager? Who is ensuring it happens? Who is responsible? Who will do the work? Oftentimes, if you are working with a designer or a developer like Structure, there's large swaths of the project you're not even going to think about. And that's great. But always, there's an internal list of things that you have to do that it's good to put here and put who is responsible for them. For example, oftentimes a company will want to write their own copy for their website. Not always, but that's one thing that could be put here. Who is responsible for writing the copy? There's always going to be some level of, hey, you need to review the website once it's done. Okay, who is going to be responsible for reviewing the website, making sure it's accurate, looks good on their device, make sure that they can buy. Your agency or your partner should do that, but at some level you have to review the work and take responsibility and say it's great. So that's another task. There's a variety of internal tasks that would go here. Consultant. These are people who are brought in to advise the process. They will provide input. For example, like, well, we've got this problem connecting the technology that it's not working how we wanted it to. What should we do? Well, they come in and they brainstorm and help figure that out. You need a group of people to be responsible for that. Lastly, who's informed? Really, this is just everyone who is already working on the project should be informed. Plus, there might be a few others that are just CC'd, copied on all the emails. They don't need to do anything. They're not responsible for anything, but they just know what's going on. Lastly, tasks and responsibilities. This is a good spot to list out all those tasks and that need to be done and who needs to do it. It's just extra space for you to put that information down. Okay. We're almost there. The goals worksheet. This is a really important worksheet because at this point, you know a lot of information about your website. I mean, a ton. We've got inspiration ideas. We've got design wish list. We've got technology. We've got a buyer's journey. I mean, you've got so much. Now it's time to say, okay, here's all the things we want to accomplish that we've dreamed up. How do we condense those into, one, probably three, maybe five. Three is a good number, but 1 to 5 goals that we want our website to accomplish. And just like the technology worksheet, you're going to want to duplicate this worksheet for every goal. So 1 goal, 1 worksheet, 5 goals, 5 worksheets. You want to put in the goal name. What is it? Increase conversion rates. Put that here. Deadline. Well, it's when the website's, let's say we want to increase conversion rates by 6 months after the website's launched. Okay. Well, now you can say the website's launching on January 1st. We want to by, June 1st, we want to make sure that the conversion rates are hitting our goal. Describe this goal. What do you want? Tell us more about it. Is it every conversion rate site-wide? Is it a specific conversion rate on a specific form or a specific lead magnet or a specific action? Describe it. Why does this goal matter to you? Well, this is really important. If it's increasing conversion rates, the goal matters to you because you're like, well, we currently make $1 million a year on our website and the conversion rate's, 1%. If we take it up to 2%, we're going to make $2 million. So let's do that because that helps us meet our company goals, which are to make X amount of dollars. Why does this goal matter to you? What are the milestones? What are the things that you need to do in order to do that? Maybe that is, if you're trying to increase the conversion rate, maybe that's add an FAQ section at the bottom of the page so that people better understand what we're offering. Maybe that is add a pop-up. So when people are exiting the website, an exit intent pop-up, that they're invited to take part in the offer to convert. What are those milestones that are going to help you achieve that goal? And then what are the performance metrics? This is where you say our conversion rate is 2%. We want it to be, or 1%. We want it to be 2%. This is any other. Our traffic is X. We want it to be X. It's really saying where are we now with our performance metrics and where do we need to be? And you want to get as granular as you can here. And you want to really look at if you take that one goal and you break it apart, what are the pieces of data that you can measure for that goal to know if you're on the right track? Put those here. All right, lastly, budget. Budgets are boring. We all know that, but the good thing is you have some data to bring into your worksheet at this point. But one of the best parts about this budget is this budget in particular is it's going to help you see the value of your website. Instead of just putting down all the costs. One of the goals of this is for you and for your whole team to start seeing your website as a valuable asset for the business instead of an expensive liability. It's not something that just costs money, it's something that makes money. So what you're going to do is 3 things. The first section up at the top, you're going to list how your website is going to generate revenue. What is the direct revenue it's going to generate? Maybe that's e-commerce sales. It's going to make, $1 million this year in product sales. What about the indirect revenue? That would be, well, we also sell services or warranty packages or whatever that we don't sell on the website, but after you buy, a salesperson calls or people schedule a call and we upsell them into a new product. Or that's just an example. So that would be like a indirect revenue source. That the point of that is that it's a way the company makes money that is facilitated through the website. If the website wasn't there to do that, they wouldn't make that money, right? Okay. The last piece is savings. What does the website save? A great example of this, one of my favorite examples, is a help center. So if your website has a help center, customers can go and help themselves instead of calling you and having a 30-minute conversation or messaging you for an hour or returning their product based on something that they just misunderstood. They can go to the help center and solve it themselves. Now that saves you salaries, hiring costs, and product refunds, and I'm sure more things too. But what does having the features on the website save you? So instead of having 3 support agents at $60,000 a year, $120,000 a year, customers actually help themselves, and we only have 1 support agent. Well, that's $120,000 per year savings. That's the way to think about that. Expenses, that's the next thing. So you have, what does our website make? What does our website cost? Expenses, this needs to be everything. Hosting fees, copywriting fees, image fees, design fees, development fees, technology integration fees. The list could go on and on. There are a lot of fees, and websites are not cheap, but you're going to want to put those expenses here. Testing fees, whatever it is. Okay. Last thing, once you have what's the website going to make, what's the website going to cost, now you need to figure out what's the return. And this is really helpful because it helps you see the value of your website. You're going to put revenue and how much, costs and how much. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your revenue minus your costs, and it's going to equal your return on investment. So for example, your website might make $15 million. It might cost $150,000 to make. Well, that's a huge return. Put that number down because it's helpful for everyone to know how much value that website is creating. It also helps you so that when you are ready to build your website, you don't go and find a freelancer that costs $5,000 because websites are just expensive. Well, if you do that, you're going to not make $15 million because the website isn't going to be good enough to make $15 million. But if you do spend $150,000, you might not have to spend that much, but just go along with me for my point. If you do spend that much, you could make $15 million, right? So what's really important about this budget worksheet is putting down what's it going to make, what's it going to cost, and what's the true value of the website. And it helps you know, we're not going to spend just the least amount we can. We're going to actually aim to make the most that we can. Okay. That is the entirety of the worksheet, of the planning guide. Once you get through the planning guide, wow. I mean, we just covered a bunch right there of examples, but you're going to feel so confident in your website, and you're going to have a tool that you can use to continue to refine the plan, to communicate to your team. You're also going to have this plan that you can take to another agency, send to us for a quote, use internally with your designers or your developers or your writers and say, this is our website plan. It has everything you need to know. If you have questions, let me know, but this is where we're going. So if you need help, once you get to this point, you get through the process, you want help designing, developing, building, managing, you don't know who to turn to, or you really liked our tool and you just want to help us or hire us because we helped you out, and we can keep helping you out, hire us to design your website. That's what this invite is here. And you don't have to. If you click wearestructure.com/design or go to our website at that URL, it's going to take you to a page, but it explains our design process. It shows our design packages. It even invites you to take a little quiz. Takes like just a few minutes, like 3 minutes. You take the quiz, answer your questions, and you can use the answers in your planner in the questions, because it's going to ask questions that you're going to need to know. and the planner is going to help you know. And at the end, it will spit out. Spit out's a weird word, but it will produce a recommended package for you based on your website plan. And that's a great place to start. And then what you're going to want to do at that point, once you have that, is schedule a call with us. And we will talk about your website plan. We will go through your quiz. It will go through your website and your ideas, answer any questions you have. And then if it works, we'll get started. And we love to do that. A few things with our processes, and it's right here, is that we do have transparent pricing. We've got package transparent prices, so you know a bit better of what things are going to cost. It also provides a starting place. Every website, especially if it's custom, is going to have a lot of details that might need quoted or might be added to the package, but we try to be as transparent as possible. Also, the process is all online. We're not a local agency. You don't have to come to us. We don't have to come to you. We've got technology in place so that working together is a seamless process. We've done it for years, many clients with lots of success. Saves a lot of time and money. Traveling is just expensive, so that's good too. And the last thing, I mentioned this in the company Worksheet, we have a right fit guarantee. If your website, if the project isn't going how you want, if the fit is not there, we know how important that is to feel confident and to have trust in the relationship. So we'll let you go if it's not the right fit, for sure. No worries there. And one other thing is just our lifetime warranty. We warranty the website for the lifetime of a website, which is like 2.5 years on average. Of course, we can't just fix things for free that your team breaks, but if there are things that we did wrong, God forbid, or technology changes, things just break over time, that maybe not related to anything, or it could be a mistake that we made somewhere along the way, we want to make sure that you're taken care of, and we'll warranty that website. So that's it. There you go. Enjoy the worksheet. Enjoy the website planner. We hope this is a really helpful tool for you, and hope to talk to you soon.